so that's a beam cell for 5, a momentum strike for 11, and then 2 strikes for 14. 30 damage. That doesn't really do me much good here. Can't take out the kin follower. So let's just focus him down. That's 22. I've got 15, so I can block for 19. Oh, no, it was lethal. It was lethal. I just had to do the math properly. I forgot he was vulnerable. Hi, I'm Alch, and today we're playing some Slay the Spire 2, still in early access. Okay, let's try this again, but with a little bit more focus here. So single player standard, we got ourselves the Defect. Let's try and see if we can't introduce him to the Architect. Hello again. So Winged Boots, Arcane Scroll for a random rare card, or all cards in the first card reward with Glam, which is replay. That might be really good, that might be really bad. This was probably really good. This is fun, but I don't think it's going to be that useful unless I wanted to try like all of the events, but we could do... Yeah, we could still try and get like 3 elites in this first one and still go here or catch the store. Okay, so I don't think the wing boots are being all that good. So it's the Arcane Scroll or the Silken Tress. I'm going to do the Silken Tress. See if we can't glam out a little bit here. I'm going to try this right-hand side. And find ourselves a little Shrinker Beetle. That's 2 strikes off the top deck. A little zap to go. And now I'm a very small Defect. So we got a block. We got to take another zap off the top deck, and then I can do 4 damage or hit him twice. And then another little zap. Got to take 2 here, unfortunate, but that's how it goes. And then that dual cast takes him out. Easy enough. Snecko Oil, draw 7 cards, randomize their cost. Interesting. Glacier gets a lot of value out of that. Channel 1 Frost, draw 1 card, also pretty good. But Glacier is like a lot of block. And then Ball Lightning is deal 7 and Channel a Lightning. I think Cool-Headed, because that becomes Channel 2 Frost, draw 2, and this... Or maybe Glacier. It'll be Channel 4 Frost, gain 12 block. Yeah, and that like leaves me with a lot that I can do there. I'm going to take the... feel like I'm going to take the battle here. I just want like 1 more little card to do something before we really start into it. Let's see how this works out. Glacier, 2 Frost, Glacier, 2 Frost, do a little zap. Good, 22 block out the gate, 26 block after everything goes recursive. That seems useful. We can pop 2 strikes, and then dual cast doesn't do anything for me there. And then I've got 4, and that will defend up to 9. And we can pop 2 strikes there. Another little tap from the lightning. Still taking 2, but that's not too bad. Channel a zap. We'll do this Glacier again and just block out like crazy. Oh, Glam only does it the first time. Okay. Noted. It's not quite as good, but also not bad. Zap him out. And then we get a Shadow Shield, which is 11 block and 1 darkness. Focus Strike. Deals 9 damage and gives me a focus this turn. That's fun. And then deal 6 damage twice and play a random attack from your draw pile. I'm going to do Focus Strike. Not that Dark isn't a good way to go, but a little extra focus is good. Or like a little extra focus will probably help me out more. Legends say that consuming one can greatly amplify your endurance, but what if you plant and nourish it instead? The first time you play this card, gain an energy. Please and thank you. Zap? Sure. That's something. Would have liked a 0 cost, but we could also dual cast. I think that's probably better. Grow big, little seed, grow big. Okay, I only got 30 gold, so that store's not going crazy hard. So it's 2 fights, a campfire, and then an elite, or 2 fights, 3 fights, an event, and elite. So it's probably the campfire, just so I can grab an upgrade. Focus Strike deals 9 damage, so I could just not need to block this first turn. I can dual cast, and then do a double tap strike there, and then I'm only dealing with this one little leaf slime still. And it's working out decently. And then I can do Zap, and then we can double play Glacier. Cool. Give myself about 23 block. And then it's just another little tap. And that slime is down. Clarity Extract to draw a card, and then keep drawing them for 3 turns. Charge Battery, 7 block gain and energy, good. Beam Cell, 3 damage and a vulnerable is also pretty useful. And Skim gives me velocity. Energy, but I don't need block as much, but I do need energy. So I guess as a setup for next turn, I'm going to take the vulnerable. That's sensible to me. Just because it allows me to actually do like a setup for, say, this dual cast, strike, play the defend just cuz, but that takes about like 28 off the top deck there. That's useful. Eye with Teeth and a Frogmog. Frogmog. 8 incoming damage. Focus Strike and Glacier sounds like fun. He's gonna curse me. I don't know exactly what that would do, but we'll just not find out. 18 block there, up to 27 because we had a Focus Strike. Cool. Okay, I got myself a little dual cast. I could also do lightning, or I could do another glacier. Gonna do lightning and just to defend, so that full blocks me plus some, and then I can do a little bit of damage. Oh, it's just dazed. Shouldn't be that worried about dazed. I mean, I should be worried enough about dazed. So beam cell first to give vulnerable, focus strike to give focus, strike, down to 3 if I get real lucky. Nope. But at least I had some block there from the frost. And then I can just pop this guy. And Fogmog is downed and desiccated. Okay, Cool-Headed is good. Just because it gives me card draw. Rocket Punch also gives me card draw. Whenever you create a status, reduces card's cost to 0 until played. Do I have anything that is a status generator? Doesn't look like it yet, but that's an interesting one for Rocket Punch. And then Lightning Rod is channel lightning and gain a little block. Rocket Punch seems like a good setup. I don't know. Hope it works out. This or that. Clumsy and a relic, or lose 6 HP and gain 65 gold. We'll take Clumsy and a relic. Oh, a very smooth stone. Sort of oddly smooth, even. That gives me some dexterity at the beginning of turn. Yeah, that gives me 1 dexterity. Just good there. So Rocket Punch upgraded gives me more card draw. That's fun. Focus Strike, it gives me more temporary focus, which is also good. Beam Cell gives more vulnerable. Dual Cast gives me more evocation. Or Glacier just gives me more block. So I think this is probably going to be optimized right there. Zap costs 0. Oh, that is a good one, actually, to have Zap cost 0. And this one gives me more card draw. But I don't have it really, like, up yet, so it's just deal 13 damage, draw card for 2. Which, I mean, not bad at this point in the game. Birdonis! Okay, 17 incoming. I would... just don't love this top deck, so I'm gonna do this. Do the Snako first here. And then we can Beam Cell for 0. We can Glacier for 0. Yeah, that seems good. Cool. Little Zap for 1. Oh, I should have done a little Focus Strike here first, but... there we go, and then I could get more block from my Dual Cast. Or I could play a Strike, or I could defend more. I'm fine for that, but I like me some Dual Cast, so we'll do that up. And then I can still do that Strike. This Clumsy is fine. We'll just play out. Down to 38 off the top deck, but that was with the Sneko potion. Have 12 incoming. So I should defend up twice just to full block. And then strike them. Do a little chip here off the 3. 19 incoming. Got me a... well, let's do a Focus Strike. Let's do me a... Glacier. Do a 0 cost to Zap, and that sort of is like recursive. And then I've got 19 block, which is a full block. Did a little 4 damage there. No big issue. We can just pop a couple strikes. Birdonis is down. Cool. Touch of Insanity. Choose a card in your hand. It is free to play this combat. Okay, Varya gives me a permanent +1 strength. That's also great. Momentum Strike is interesting. Ball Lightning is interesting. Would love to do this, but I don't know if I don't really have a way to like generate energy yet, right? Not up to 5. And no real way to make that cheaper. So it's Ball Lightning or Momentum Strike. Momentum Strike. If we cycle it, it's pretty good. I'm gonna take Momentum Strike. It just as a damage dealer. Now, if we go left here, we can sneak up and do 2 elites. If we go right here, it's just 1 elite, but I get some more events. Yeah. I'm gonna try... We'll try the 2 elites here. Happy Flower gains energy every 3 turns. Nice. Get another upgrade here. Momentum Strike does more damage. Beam Cell applies more vulnerable, which I feel like is going to be useful. Next elite here. Okay, that is our lovely Bygone Effigy. So we can do Focus Strike, we can do Momentum Strike, and then I could drink this for extra card draw so I can get a little extra strike there, and do 30 off the top deck, plus 4 from the lightning. Okay, so I got myself Beam Cell. And then I've got a Dual Cast and a Rocket Punch. So we do the Rocket Punch first to get a defend, so that's not that useful. And then we'll Dual Cast the Lightning and then put an extra strike in just to put that work in. And he's down to 36. I have to... Oh, I did pull the Glacier. That's useful. And I have an extra energy. So... it would be Zap at 0 cost to get a Lightning. Glacier gives me a bunch of extra... Zap would channel a Lightning. Evoke would evoke the Lightning for 6. So even then it's better to just do 3 strikes for 27, but that doesn't quite get me there. So I feel like... Zap, and then we can naturally play it with the Glacier and just get a bunch of block. And then pop out 2 strikes, leave him at 1 entire health. But I did full block, which means that we can just Beam Cell him, and the Bygone Effigy is gone. Lantern starts me off with additional energy, also good. Creative AI at the start of your turn, add a random power into your hand, but I still have to pay for it. Leap is 9 block and Skim is just pure velocity, so I'm going to do Skim so I can get some more card draw. Campfire here, and then it's just a choice of which elites to go through. So we still have 68, so I'm thinking upgrading is better. So 4 Focus Strike gives me more temporary focus. Momentum Strike deals more damage. Rocket Punch does more card draw. Dual Cast costs 0, so we'll do that. And that should help out a little bit there. So Elite Event makes more sense to me, as always. Loving those events. But we do have to take out the Frog Parasite. He's going to give me some parasites, not loving it, but we're going to Focus Strike, we're going to Momentum Strike, and we're going to Strike. And then I can just defend because I've got an extra energy. That's not a bad top deck. If I had pulled Apply Vulnerable one at the same time, that would have been good. Could Dual Cast, but I don't know if that's... Yeah, I think that's useful. Dual Cast there, Glacier there, just pick up a bunch of block. And then Strike. And then we'll throw that extra defend up. Definitely didn't need to block 31, but it's fun to block 31. Rocket Punch would take him down, but so would 2 strikes. Not that it really matters, so we're gonna Rocket Punch there. And then we can do a Beam Cell and 1 strike. So that'll be like 10 damage. So I feel like you're pretty good there. And then I'm coming out with 6 passive block every turn. Hopefully I picked... No, I didn't pick one that was going to actually... do it. So it's Focus Strike and Glacier, or Focus Strike... Oh, Focus Strike, Glacier, and Zap, right? So if I zapped first, that would mean that I could... No, it doesn't actually channel out the lightning there. Yeah, it doesn't channel the lightning, but I do still have the ability to block a bunch of damage, so that's good. So not hurting too much on block. Card velocity is not great. I might like something that can let me choose a card to draw. Momentum Strike is now a good card. So we can do that. We can strike you, Pull a little rocket punch for 14 at the back row there. Lets me strike you up there. And then we'll get some more parasites, but doing decent. Alright, we get ourselves a little beam cell. I would like beam cell 2 strikes. Fight is over. Okay, coming together. Strawberry gives me a little bit more max HP. Double energy does double my energy. Hologram lets me put a card from my discard pile into my hand, so that's an extra play of something like, not Rocket Punch, but the strike that ends up costing 0, so I think that's just a good card. Gonna not do double energy, we're just gonna do Hologram. That's a good card for a lot of reasons. The Aroma of Chaos. Overcome with a sense of shifting chaos, you begin to lose your sense of self. So transform or upgrade. Feel like this will let me choose. So we'll transform. I'm doing okay for blocks, so we'll do that. Defend becomes go for the eyes. Oh, that's actually really good, isn't it? It gives me weak. 3 damage, gives weak if they intend to attack. That's good. What were those eyes? Okay, so that's another smith up. Go for the eyes gives me more weak, which I like. Hologram just doesn't exhaust. That's probably what we're gonna do. I still have the touch of insanity, so if I want to make something free, that would be useful. We've got some interesting stuff, but mostly zeros. That's not great for a top deck. 13 incoming. We can beam cell and then go for the eyes, and then I guess it's dual cast, and then it's strike. And we just take the 11. Rude. Guess I shouldn't have said we were good for block. Okay, I am now frail. That is a-okay. I got me a zap for free. We'll do the zap for free. Let's skim up a few more here. I could do either go for the eyes or zap or beam cell. Well, let's do this focus strike first. Do I feel like focus strike will end up being free, so I could hit hologram and then pull this focus strike back. Oh, no, I'm thinking of the other thing, but I could gain extra focus this turn. I think we have to defend here. I feel like maybe that's what I want to do for free, right? And then we'll do the Kin Priest because he's got vulnerable still. Pop a little extra lightning on him. Still taking lots of damage, not loving it. Okay, Momentum Strike was the one I was thinking of, and I've got Rocket Punch. I've also got like 17 incoming, which I can just tank, so maybe I just do damage. Momentum Strike, cool. Rocket Punch gives me a reshuffle, which gives me skim. That's not the greatest. Do that, tank the damage. This is a little better. I've got myself a beam cell, right? And that's good, so we'll do that. We can go for the eyes. I'm gonna do that just so that you're not hitting me as hard. Something from my discard pile. So I could do another beam cell or go for the eyes. And still do full block. I could also do a rocket punch. Or a skim. I'll take another beam cell. just to get that vulnerable high there. Down to 75 and has 4 vulnerable on him, which I'm not hating. Okay, so we're looking a bit better here. I've got a focus strike, that's good. I've got a zap. It's 19, 20 something coming in. 27? Yeah, 1927. I still am able to take that. I've got enough energy to do everything though, so we'll just do that. We'll dual cast all my lightning. Or those 2 lightning. Did I not upgrade dual cast? No, I upgraded like beam cell to get more vulnerable. Okay, that's a-okay. Down to 41. But we're taking a bunch of damage this turn. Just gonna play it fast and loose and hope for the best. So that's a beam cell for 5, a momentum strike for 11, and then 2 strikes for 14. 30 damage. That doesn't really do me much good here. Can't take out the kin follower. So let's just focus him down. That's 22. I've got 15, so I can block for 19. Oh, no, it was lethal. It was lethal. I just had to do the math properly. I forgot he was vulnerable. So weak potion there, and then that leaves me with Ice Lance. 19 damage, 3 frost. Channel 2 darkness at the end of your turn, evoke the leftmost orb. Or your genetic algorithm and start beefing it up for a block card. I think we were having block problems, so maybe genetic algorithm will help me solve those eventually. Alright, let's see what we got here for our ancient. What? Servant construct? Still working? Why here? Why not at factory? So we get an electric shrimp. Imbued. This part is played automatically at the start of each combat. I mean, that would maybe be useful for momentum strike. Gain 4 potion slots filled with potions. Or transform dual cast into quad cast. Gain energy. Quad cast it is. Let's do that. Proceeding. Alright, I've got a bunch of gold, so a store would be interesting. There's one here and one here. They're both on the same path. So that's probably what we'll do. Or I could do events and get a store post-elite. I feel like getting a store pre-elite would be useful. Got some exoskeletons. We need a lot of little tiny hits. Go for the eyes. Would make this not anything. Glacier gives a bunch of block, but I could just hit... No, I should probably hit Glacier. And then we'll focus down on you. And just have a bunch of block available. So that's genetic algorithm. And then we can do... Probably hologrammed, go for the eyes back to take that out. And then we can do focus strike here, defend, not be worried about block. $19 incoming. Got myself a zap, a momentum strike, a beam cell. So beam cell, momentum strike. Cool. Zap, strike, and then we'll throw up a defend. Over block, but that's a-okay. I got myself a zap and a rocket punch. And then I could skim, or I could quadcast, or I could strike. I'm going to skim. And then I can momentum strike, and then I can quadcast. Gives me a little extra energy. And I can strike one more time. And we take out those exoskeletons. Nice. Colorless potions, useful. Cold snap, damage, and frost. Shadow shield, 11, and darkness, or synthesis is not as useful right now. Cold snap. I'm going to do the shadow shield just to give me access to dark. It's not necessarily the best strategy, but we'll sort of try and make it work out. Focus strike. I get no block off my top deck. 11 that. Gonna just throw this weak potion at you then, just so that I'm taking a little less damage, and then you can have 3 lovely strikes there. I'll take 9, but you're down 2, or you're down 39 that first turn. Get genetic algorithm to get a little extra block there. We can do shadow shield. We can do go for the eyes. We could use hologram to pull back up another focus or zap. Feel like, yeah, hologram to pull back up zap to grab another zap. We can hit go for the eyes there and a little defend. And then you're burrowing. Coming at me for 17. Beam Cell gives you vulnerable. Momentum Striker, Glacier. Let's hit Glacier here first, just to block out a bunch. And then we can Momentum Strike. And then you're stunned. And down for 22. Could get a Rocket Punch to do 21. Okay. Oh, but I draw cards, so we'll do that, and then hopefully we just draw. I only have a Rocket Punch in my discard. That's kind of rude. Quadcast, just for funsies. Hologram, quadcast, just for funsies. Defend, defend. And we'll just have 60 block here, just to really hammer that home. And then I get a momentum strike, and we are A-okay. Iteration, first time you draw a status card each turn, draw 3 cards. Okay, that's not too bad for 1. Rocket Punch we've got already, and Cold Snap would give me more frost. I'm going to take Iteration. Hopefully we'll find something that lets me draw a status card, or do status cards. Boost Away gives me Dazed. Oh, Hailstorm's good. Feel like we're gonna not. Oh, that's fun. Modded, get an orb slot, draw a card, increase its cost. And Uproar, 6 damage, play a random attack from your. Okay, that's fine. Entropy, transfer 1 card in your hand. Or Prolong. Gain block equal to your current block and exhaust. I don't think that's. Don't have any X cards. Don't really need to do upgrades. And then it's just 14 free block, which I think we're fine for. So that's modded. Seems good. Hailstorm also seems really good, just for passive damage. Boost Away starts giving me a daze, so that's somewhat useful. Because I have that thing that's like, it doesn't cost anything if you make a couple dazes. Yeah, you know what? We'll do that. And then I don't need to do a second go for the eyes. And then since I added a bunch of cards, oh, I've got this Clumsy. I don't really need this Clumsy. That doesn't do anything for me. There it is. You can go away. We'll enjoy the lack of clumsiness. See, that's the event up next. We get ourselves a colossal flower. As its color-shifting petals pulsate, you sense that there is a powerful cluster of pollen in the center, but the undulating petals are razor-sharp and unpredictable. So I can get gold or enter deeper. Let's go in and get deeper. You push past the layer of razor-sharp petals, and they're coated with a substance that makes your skin tingle. Maybe this is why there's a pile of bones here. Even deeper, please. Pollinous core. Tingling turns into throat weakness as you push onward. The flower wants to eat me. Why did I go into it? Give me the core. Oh, that's great. Every 4 turns you get 2 additional cards. The golden nectar becomes a worthless muck. You killed it. Him or me. Maybe her or me? Either way, that did cost a fair amount of health. Shadow Shield's probably a great idea, but we can also do modded to just get me a genetic algorithm. Cool. I can do Focus Strike. Get me a little extra focus, do another zap, and then Hologram could let me do modded and zapped again, or Focus Strike. But I think we'll Shadow Shield just to give me the appropriate amount of block. Screeching at me. Got me some dazed. So I've got myself a iteration, a hailstorm, and some strikes. I do not have any block, but we'll do this. We'll do this. Iterate, hailstorm, drink a colorless potion. Okay, 8 damage with splash. Scroll lets me just get a bunch more cards. I've got 2 energy, so that might be the way to play this. Yeah, thank you. So now we can go for your eyes, but that's not going to do anything. We can beam cell. Good. We've got a momentum strike. Can take that on. I can boost away for a little bit of block here. I could skim. I could defend. Seems good. And then I have the option to quadcast, which I like. And then maybe a little extra damage. Cool. I'm still going to take 3 here. But that's A-okay. Get some more dazed. Some more block. I've got 5 cards to draw here. Rocket Punch is now 0. Thank you. We'll take you out. Get a little zap. Let's pull this Glacier to just get an insane amount of block here, but also the darkness. So, good night. Good night. I've got Beam Cell, I've got Go for the Eyes. I've got Rocket Punch. I'm going to take another Beam Cell, though. So I feel like that's useful as soon as we get Velocity actually going. We'll take the event, the campfire, and the elite here, and then we'll think about which one we're doing up here when we get there. So this guy is some more exoskeletons. Cool, cool, cool. So we'll do modded. We'll do iteration and focus strike. And then I should definitely do Glacier to get a bunch of block, just so that we're not taking any damage. Can also Beam Cell, just for fun. And then that is good. All right, so I could do a Hailstorm, which is a nice setup. I could do a Beam Cell on you. Can do Shadow Shield, Defend, and Quadcast. Actually, I can do all of those. Yeah, Shadow Shield. Quadcast. Defend. Seems good. All right, I got myself the momentum strike, and only one of them is coming at me, so that's good. We can just boost away here and get a dazed so that I have a little reduction in cost to another card that's hopefully coming up here. Yeah, Rocket Punch is 14. Zap, Genetic Algorithm, go for the eyes. Defend, just play everything. Even though the Frost will take it home. Strength Potion, great. Okay, so I can charge battery. I have Tempest, which is Channel X Lightning. I don't have any thing that really gives me a bunch of extra energy, so that's not that useful. Scrape. 7 damage, draw far... Oh, Scrape, right? Because I have a bunch of things that are 0, and it's draw 4 cards. Yeah? Yeah, and some of my cards become 0 cost. So I think that Scrape ends up completing that loop there. Might. Cool. So we've got 4 incoming, so it's not worth doing Glacier yet. And I don't have the power that helps me out there. So we'll do Modded. Get a Focus Strike here at the back. I can throw another Zap up. I can Beam Cell you. I can boost away. And then I've got a couple nice little strikes I can do there. I'm going to hold on to the Glacier in case we need it. 2 Toxics. At the end of your turn, if you have this in your hand, take 5 damage. Interesting. So we got 13. Got a Beam Cell that does a vulnerable. Do that up. Genetic Algorithm. We can hit Quadcast first. Then I'm liking to scrape you in the back just so you're gone. And that just cycled a bunch of stuff. So I've got enough block, so I'm just going to play those 2 Toxics and not take any damage. Good. 4 incoming damage, so I should just focus in on hitting you a bunch. Good. I should have maybe blocked something. That probably would have been a smart idea. Don't know why I just thought that I had block there. Okay, go for the eyes. I don't know where they are, but we went for them. Block Potion. Coolant. At the start of your turn, gain 2 block for each unique orb you have. Okay. FTL. Deal 5 damage. If you play fewer than 3 cards this turn, you can draw another card. And Synthesis. So I guess it's FTL to sync up with my 0 costs. We've got ourselves a Vambrace. First time you gain block, it's doubled. Beautiful. Then... Right. I think we're going to try for 2 elites. Smithing here. Genetic Algorithm becomes better. Scrape gives me more card draw, so I could more likely draw into 0s. Hailstorm does more damage. Shadow Shields gives me more block. Go for the eyes. I know it applies more weak. That's more card draw. Rocket Punch. Focus Strike. Boost away is just more. So Scrape, I think. That gives me a better chance of drawing into a 0 cost. So Focus Strike, Momentum Strike, Beam Cell, Shadow Shields, Iteration, 4 energy. So let's start with Beam Cell And now, oh, and then I get dazed there whenever I hit him. Cool. And it's in my draw pile, which is a note. Draw status, get more cards. That seems good. Momentum strike, focus strike, shadow shield. So we'll do shadow shields. And then we'll do momentum strike, just so that it becomes a 0. Little lightning zap. Full block. Beam cell. Hailstorm. Let's go ahead and scrape. And then get a few things. So we'll go for the eyes. Can do modded for an extra orb slot. I can do FTL. Just for fun. That I gotta defend, so I got some block. Not enough block to really take that 13 though, so we'll just drink the potion. Not optimal, but such as it is. So I can boost away to make the rocket punch free. Good, and then that's fun. Quadcast, zap, hologram. Oh, hi, hologram. Right, so we quadcast. You get hurt, we do hologram. We pull back our quadcast. We play it. We do 18 a bunch of times until there's no more Entomancer. Seems good. Fish oils, 1 strength, 1 dex. Anchor starts me off with block. Good. Good. Claw, there we go. Increase the damage of all claw cards by this combat by 3. That's good. Oh, that's really good. Compact. 6 block, transform all status cards into fuel. Yeah, we're just going to do compact. I know that I have a bunch of stuff optimizing for 0 cost cards, but being able to actually generate energy is a great idea. I'm feeling lucky. Let's go ahead and try this other elite. I'm just going to take the gold. Thanks. I'm not so confident that I'll take on 2 elites in a row. Okay, so Hailstorm seems good here. FTL to just pop a little extra. Zap there. I feel like 24 damage is a lot. So we're just going to do that right away here, and then start working these down more or less evenly. But full block that first turn, which is good. I guess that anchor helped out. Okay, so we've got Glacier here, which I'm thinking is a good move. Beam Cell gives me a vulnerable. So we'll go ahead and do that on the back one there. I've got hologram, and I got scrape. So I think it's gonna be scrape. And then that lets me have modded and go for the eyes. And then I could quad cast. Is that useful? Because I gain an energy doing it. Cool. 41 blocks, so I don't really need to block much anymore. Iteration, go for the eyes, another zap. Maybe just another zap? Off hologram? Yeah? Just to fill up an orb slot. Okay, it does 6, zaps out a little bit. Okay. So we got our genetic algorithm. I'm just going to play that to get the block. He's got 2430 incoming. Okay, if I had status cards in my hand, that would be useful. I'm gonna Beam cell you. We'll set up a shadow shield. I like myself to boost away here. And I could do 8 block, but I don't need to. So we'll just let him rock against my block here. And I still have 13 left over. So iteration is neat. Though I guess I should probably have focused in on what I'm doing here. Zap, let's do a focus strike first. We'll take you down in the middle. And we can zap, but that gives me some block. And then we could either skim or momentum strike. So momentum strike would let me definitely take 10 damage down. I'd be blocking for 8. Skim would let me draw into maybe a boost away, maybe a quad cast, but probably not anything. So we're going to do a momentum strike, reduce the damage incoming by 10. Oh, I guess the zaps might have taken that out if I momentum strike the first one. But we could also just rocket punch the first one. And goodbye to some millipede. Vulnerable potion's nice. Reptile trinket's useful. Just to gain yourself a bunch of extra strength. That's that turn. It's still good. 2 wounds, iteration. Ooh, fusion gives me a plasma. Gonna go ahead and do that. Plasma can be very useful. Well, maybe plasma's very useful. I didn't think that through. Does plasma... What does plasma do? Gains energy. Gains energy. Okay. I think that was a good idea. Okay, so we got ourselves extra fun little zap there. I've got you at 15, so we'll just go ahead and apply weak there. And then, what, that's a beam cell, so we'll do that at the back there. I can shadow shield there, and that gives me more than enough block to take you guys out. We might as well strike there, and then probably hologram beam cell or hologram strikes or hologram zap. I think it's hologram beam cell, and then we can apply vulnerable to the front one as well here, throw up that defend from the extra energy, and it's doing good. A little spread out, but that feels right. All right, I've got myself FTL, so we'll head into that. Genetic algorithm gives me 20 block now. All right, so Hailstorm, Focus Strike does focus like focus. So these guys will do a little extra damage. Fusion there, just to see how it works. Plasma at the start of... Oh, okay. You gain an energy, extra energy at the start of your turn. When you evoke it, you gain 2 more. Excellent. Okay, I need some... You have 15 strength. That's really not what I want to hear. So let's scrape you. And we'll pick up a modded and a beam cell. Cool. You now are weakened, but you still have 15 strength. So, oh, you're vulnerable. You're vulnerable. You're vulnerable. Okay, I still have 15 incoming damage too. I'm not loving that, but we'll do that. Nothing one can really do. I guess I just take the 15. I will probably need to rest the next time I'm thinking about it. We'll quadcast And get rid of the bull bug, because 28's not a lot of health. Compile driver, draw a card for each unique orb, claw, or go for the eyes. I think we'll grab another go for the eyes. Rest up here before we head to the boss. And then come and take on our noodle-eyed friend, Knowledge Demon. Okay, I have a go for the eyes. I have a zap. I could quadcast. Gonna do a momentum strike right away, and then we can scrape. Not get anything. So that means rocket punch and... Nope. Play the compact for no reason. That seems like fun. We're making our choice. At the end of the turn, you take 6, or you draw 1 fewer cards. 1 fewer cards here. And we have FTL, because that gives me some card draw. I've got modded here for a strike. We're going to do a hailstorm, skim up to see if I can't get genetic algorithm. That blocks out that 17. We can beam cell. Good enough turn there. Certainly doing a lot of things. So we've got ourselves a focus strike and a shadow shield. So I have that dark up and ready there. We're going to add another vulnerable just to keep the chain up, and we'll boost away. He's coming at me for 24, and I'm only blocking 19, but that's what's going to happen. $11, but we pulled our Glacier there. We've got go for the eyes, so that's even less. And then I'm going to skim. Get that momentum strike. Might as well defend infusion to get a little extra energy. We'll leave that Glacier for when it's very necessary. Ow. Healed himself up for 30 and gave himself a little bit of extra strength. I can always go for the eyes, beam cell, rocket punch, beam cell, strike, defend for no real reason, still have an extra energy. Well, I'm definitely able to do more things. I've got to do disintegration because I'm definitely having to play a lot of cards. Alright, so I've got FTL. Seems good. Shadow Shield and modded... Okay. And quadcast. Feel like Shadow Shields. We will still quadcast here for the lightning. Add modded. Get a defend, so I'm only taking like 1 damage here. Hopefully I can pull the card that... Yeah, hologram. Good. So 31 4 times is 120, so it's not quite lethal. But that's A-okay. Add a little extra here. We can boost away just to get a dazed somewhere in there. Hologram. We would like ourselves a quadcast, and then we are going to hit him hard. Cool. I'm gonna scrape you and get nothing. Good. Love myself. Nothing. He doesn't have a lethal, so we just do it. He's down to 17. I'm down to 13. Cool. We've got beam cell. We've got strike. We've got boost away. We've got defend. Got 3. And so we're going to just 100% it with the lightning strike. Goodbye, Knowledge Demon. Squeaked on by there. 100 gold. That's good. So we get multicast. That's fun. Channel lightning equal to the lightning already channeled this combat. And then Shatter is deal 7 damage to all enemies, evoke all your orbs twice. So I've already got quad cast, so that's really redundant. I can force 0 do something 4 times, so I would sorta go more with that. This is channel lightning equal to the lightning already channeled this combat for 3, and it exhausts. I'm not channeling that much lightning though, so it might be Shatter, which we will just use at very appropriate times. And Act 3 to glory. Alright, what have we got here? Oh, Broken One, let me perfect you. Vacu the first demon. So we could let Vacu autoplay. We could lose 9 max HP and get 3 apparitions. I'm not really that into that, so it's probably Music Box then to get an ethereal copy of what I play each turn, or I guess the first attack I play each turn. I feel like it's tempting to take on the 3 elites, but we could also play it safe. Is it the Aeon Glass? Ooh, I don't know if I've done the Aeon Glass before. Okay, so we've got left-hand side. We should probably edge up for the store, right? Yeah, that makes the most sense. Edge up to the store, 1 elite, option for a second elite here. Can still get a second elite here. If I do this second elite, I can do a 3rd elite. Okay, so we're trying to get to the store. We're going to take that event on the way. Found ourselves some scrolls of biting. Super fun. This isn't an attack, right? No, it's a skill. So you could get an ethereal copy of focus. Sure, we'll do that. Beam cell gives me vulnerable. We'll do a second focus strike there. Add a little strike there, 14 less damage. I'm still full blocking. We'll quad cast the lightning. Get a little extra energy. Take out that second one, defend twice. Probably should have saved that because it procced the Vambrace. Do modded. Okay, 10 incoming. I have 0 ability to block, so we're gonna scrape and get FTL. And then we could go for the eyes. And we can scrape again, but we're not worried about that because there's no more scrolls of biting. That was fun. Is that the top deck? No, I think I did the first turn. Okay, skill potion. Rocket punch, white noise, add a random power to your hand. It's free to play this turn. Yeah, I mean, I don't need more block. This is... Rocket Punch is actually probably useful. Yeah, we'll do another Rocket Punch. And then we'll just try and find another card that does a status pull just so that I'm not trying too hard. So, Genetic Algorithm, Fusion, Hologram, Defend, and we're good. 74 block, just for fun. Alright, so that's Shadow Shield, and then we'll spend Hailstorm and Iteration, just to power on up. We've got a Scrape, which gives me a Go for the Eyes and a Beam Cell. I've got full block here. Cool. I'm gonna save my potions. I don't know if I'm gonna get another potion at the end here. Don't need to use them right away. Alright, that's Momentum Strike. That's fun. I can also do a heavy block. It's got no vulnerable on him right now, so we're gonna Beam Cell. We're gonna Zap. We're gonna Beam Cell again. Now he has 4 vulnerable on him. Get some Weaken. I could do a Momentum Strike for fun. I am not blocking anything currently. I should skim first here. And then I could quadcast and get a bunch of energy. Focus. Rocket Punch. FTL. Strike. Glacier. Cool. Certainly a bunch of stuff that happened. I don't know if that was the right move all around. Okay, I got Rocket Punch. And then we got No More Artist. Lose 1 orb slot, gain 3 strength, gain 3 dexterity. That's probably really useful with all my 0 costs. I could also get another hologram. Or a compile driver. I'm not doing that bad for card draw. So hologram just lets me put more things back into the... Let's do bulk up. Feel like gaining a bunch of extra strength and defend is probably good. Fish oil, is that better than... Grab the fish oil. And proceed, and then we found a store here. I'm hoping it's not the fake guy. That's good. Pen nib, that might be useful, but I think it takes a bunch of planning. Red mask is useful, and I have one enchanted glacier, which is a skill, so this isn't that useful. Iteration, white noise, hot fix. Okay, that's a 0 that gives me 2 extra focus. That's pretty good. Hyper beam, compile driver. I think hotfix is definitely a thing. And then maybe red mask and hotfix. I don't know. Do I have anything that would be really good for pen nib? I think it's mostly just like try and get quadcast back and then hit with a bunch of orbs. So let's do that and that. I could pull out like an extra strike or something, or an extra defend. I'm gonna not remove cards, so that just does 3 extra, and they don't need a potion, so we will save up a little bit for the next store. Because there's still that one there, or that one there, if we decide to do the elite. Ooh. I don't know if I've gotten them all together like this, so punch construct and a couple cubex constructs. Okay, oh right, they had the artifacts, but they don't anymore because of red mask, so that's pretty useful. Nobody's hitting me, so that's good. Gonna hit some cubex constructs, I think. Do another rocket punch. Do a little beam cell. Cycle back that beam cell with the hologram. Seems good. Okay. Not bad off the first turn. I think 28 damage incoming. Can momentum strike you, and then momentum strike you again. Can boost away. And we've got hotfix, which doesn't really do much for me. We'll do iteration. We'll do shatter. Just to tap them a little bit, but I'm still not blocking enough, so that seems like a good call for a skill potion. 7 block channel 2 frost, or 7 block again and energy next turn. Let's go with the crazy amount of... I guess it's not that crazy. Be blocking 18. Go ahead and give me some temporary focus here to full block. Good, good, good. And then I've got myself Quadcast, Scrape, Compact, Hailstorm seems good. Do a little beam cell option in the back here twice. I'll do a free zap. We might as well just do a crazy amount of block for fun. And then that is a full block, but I can do this to gain a little extra energy, and then I can scrape you in the back because you have vulnerable. That's an FTL and a go for the eyes. 45 block. And actually I've knocked that guy back down there. And then what do we got? You got modded. Can go for the eyes. We can go for the eyes. We can shadow shield. We can fusion. Skim to see if I pull a 0. I get a rocket punch. That's fun. Cool. Down to 7. Then that is a couple beam cells. And you're punched out. All right. Capacitor gives me orb slots. Loving that right now. Yeah. Scrape, I've got an... I mean, it wouldn't be the worst, but got enough there, and I've got ways to generate that. So yeah, we'll do the capacitor. Take on this elite. We've got ourselves a couple knights to deal with. I think ethereal might not be my friend here. I've got modded, so that gives me an orb slot. I've got skim, we've got FTL, so we'll do that up first here. Another FTL. Beam cell gives you vulnerable. Boost away will make something a little stronger. Focus strike. Skim. Bulk up. Perfect. Okay, more than enough block. Oh. I don't know why I thought bulk up was... No, it is. It's permanent. It was something else swearing off. Bulk up is doing good. 4 and 4. Should sync up well with a bunch of these zeros if it works out. Lots of ethereal, huh? Go for the eyes. Go for the eyes. Go for the eyes. Shatter, evoke twice. Strike. Compact's not that useful except for block, so we'll do that. And apparently still take fair amount of damage. Not great, but... Okay, de-upgraded, that's fine. Iterations of power. Rocket punch will do most of what I needed there. I think we have to do Glacier to get enough block to not take damage here, which is fine. It's just not a good setup. Alright, we've got Hotfix, which gives me 2 focus, capacitor, hologram, beam cell. What's my beam cell? Don't think I have much for a beam cell here. It would just be like something to hit with. Okay. No, beam cell, hologram. We're gonna hit you into the back, and we'll just do that twice. Can take a nice little punch there. I could do a capacitor to give me some more orb slots, liking that. Oh, I guess I need to block. So I might as well play the genetic algorithm. and hotfix just to get it out of my deck for the moment. And block for 51. I have a momentum strike. I have a second momentum strike. I have a rocket punch. You're down. I have a focus strike. Cool. I have a quad cast. Give me a bunch of block I don't really need, but doing okay there. Did take a little tap this round, but it's not the end of the world. Beam cell, go for the eyes. FTL, that was out of order. Scrape, but he's gone. So it's not too bad that it wasn't an optimal turn. Energy potion's useful. Letter opener, also really useful. It would be better if it was attacks, but we'll take it. Cool-headed. Rocket punch. Or gonna do the wounds there because I think that's gonna end up being useful. Oh, that was an elite. I did pretty good for an elite. Pantograph to give a little extra there, and then yeah, we'll take on another elite. I think we're gonna probably be able to deal with a Soul Nexus. I say. We've got a FTL. Good. Second FTL. I can beam cell, and then capacitor, and then probably hologram, like another beam cell for fun. I've got enough block, so I don't really need to, but we'll compact and we'll defend. We'll leave the genetic algorithm till I desperately need it. Gotta go for the eyes. So he's coming at me for a little less, and we can double play it. Give him a little extra weak, so 16. I've got Shadow Shields and Fusion for setup. We'll save the hotfix, because it'll probably be more useful later on. Full block here. Okay, iteration. Feel like Shatter might be a waste here. But I'm only blocking for 6. Not that that really helps me out. So we're just gonna block, strike him twice. Maybe 3 times. No, just twice. Take the, like, 7 damage. Not the end of the world. Alright, I've got some stuff here. So we might as well momentum strike. Twice. Add a zap. I'm feeling like Quadcast is good to get that lightning out of the way. We'll scrape and get modded so I can skim, so that I could maybe beam cell and then bulk up. It would be good. Focus, rocket punch, strike. So bulk up, I guess, to set up. Get a little extra energy here. Not that anything's gonna really help me out too much, but we'll just put the damage in and take just way too much damage, 36. So that's my hubris showing through. And then he's coming at me for 43. We get some go for the eyes, go for the eyes, go for the eyes, boost away. Strike, compact. Take another 12. Gross. Gonna survive this, but there we go. Quad cast. Soul Nexus down. Pair gives me max HP, so that's a little bit of healing. Boot sequence is probably useful. Hologram, ball lightning. So boot sequence, we'll take that. I've got a store here, so we'll go and see what we can do. Shuriken, gain strength every time you play an attack. Not even gonna really think about that. That goes really well with the zeros. I'll pull another boost away, I think. Deal 18 damage, add a 0 cost copy of this card into your discard pile. I think we're okay there. Gonna not add another boost away just because I have to keep velocity going in my deck. So I can heal here and then take on an elite, an event, and heal. Could heal here, take on an event of elite, and then heal. So either way, let's just heal up. We'll do the event first and see what that ends up giving us. The future of potions. Upgraded common skill or upgraded common attack. Sure, let's do that. What do we got? Tesla coil. Deal 4, trigger all lightning against the enemy twice. Interesting. Deal 20 damage and the next power you play costs Tesla coil it is. The tablet was disgusting. Let's do the elite. In for a penny, in for a pound here. See what Mecha Knight can do against us. So, I've got myself a boot sequence for a bunch of block. Oh, right, because I have that one that doubles the block the first time you play it. Cool. So, Beam Cell seems right, but I'm just gonna use it to get rid of his artifacts. Capacitor here to give extra slots. We can Tesla coil and get a little extra strength. And then I've got a boot sequence, which we'll just use. And then Shadow will probably be more useful later on when I've got like some darkness or something. I might as well Hailstorm. And then we can FTL. And FTL. And then Glacier's probably a good call there, but we have modded as well, so we'll do that up. And then we can Glacier. Then I can go for the eyes and boost away so that Rocket Punch becomes a free card. Hold on to the genetic algorithm. I might as well scrape and get a beam cell. Not the perfect order, but I think we're doing okay there. And at least I have 4 frosts, so that's 8 free block every turn. Get some burns. Quadcast, skim. Sure, let's quadcast. And then let's skim. I've got a go for the eyes. Got a rocket punch. Can do some go for the eyes. Might as well pop a zap in there. Focus my strikes up. Do another little strike. Got another defend on. Add some more block. Let those burns come through. Down to 104. Coming together nicely, but he is at... or he's coming in for 40. Alright, I've only got 3 energy. So that should be probably Shadow Shield and Fusion, or Shadow Shield and Fight. Well, he's coming at me for 40, right? So I need to do the full... So Shadow Shield, Fight Through. Again, hot fix right now to do a little extra block. So I get some 16 onto that, 26. So that's 42. So that's a full block, which I will take. Give him 1 whole damage. Good. Beam cell seems fine. To do twice, and then we'll skim. I've got a little FTL, some go for the eyes. Might as well Glacier, just to move my Q along a little here. Strike there. Down to 31, 28 after the lightning. Gives me some more burns, not too fussed about it. Because I should... do a go for the eyes first off. Second off, just scrape them. Fully lethal. Get myself an energy potion and upgrade a couple of these guys from Warpaint. Wait, was that boost? What upgraded? Beam cell, hologram. Okay, well, too late to know now. Machine learning is additional card draw. That's really good. Yeah, that's really good. Not even gonna think about it too much. Is there anything that's really good for a 8? What is the fusion? Does that removes exhaust? That seems like a great idea for an energy card. We'll do that. And now I've got the Aeon Glass. Enemy intends to attack. Cool. Intends to block. Every 6 cards you play, you will get a Wither. Which was 3 damage at the end of the turn. Gives me 2 artifacts. I can zap. Hailstorm. I feel like hologramming back zap is also a good idea. And then coming up with 26. But I'll just double tap strike here and then I get a Wither. That's fine. Take a little love tap here of 7. Oh, this is my final fight, right? This. Go ahead and drink the strength potion. Cool. Like in a go for the eyes. Get a second go for the eyes, and that's actually going to apply the weak? No? Does he keep getting an artifact? Okay. 22. Fun. I like me a bulk up. And then I could do a rocket punch and hopefully... I mean, quadcast, that's something. Might as well drink that and do another... And maybe shatter. And then I guess just take the 22. Oh, that's a little rough. Some block would have been good. I've got so much block in my deck. It's here now when he's not attacking. Loving that. Momentum strike. Second momentum strike. A go for the eyes. A focus strike. Now I have 8 strength. We can defend for no discernible reason other than to get another Wither. Gotta like me more Wither. Wither plus 1, do more damage. Coming at me for 29. I got a capacitor. So I'll do that. A modded. That also seems fun. Then it might be Glacier time. Get myself 28 block. That's almost enough. I've got some beam cells just for you. And now you've got some vulnerable. Yeah, not my greatest turn, but take some damage here. Gotta remember where those withers are going around. 512 is not a small amount of... So it's machine learning and genetic algorithm, just to do one break glass block there, because he's coming at me for 28. Scrape, I guess. Gives me some options. I can boost away to set up other cards there. Might as well FTL, put some damage in. I get a little scrape. Get a little boot sequence. Oh, I guess I didn't play that first turn. Might as well apply that weak down to 20, so I'm fully blocked up. Hotfix, sure. Do some extra block just for fun. Tesla coil because it's a 0. Not too fussed about the 26 damage when I've got 60 something block. Up to 10 strength. Okay, so you've got a beam cell. That's good. You can have a second beam cell. Just for fun for you. A third beam cell. Got a zap. 18 damage and evoke all your orbs twice. I should quad cast first, because maybe I shouldn't shatter at all. Yeah, that's just enough to deal with the withers and not take any damage. 33. Cool. Quad cast, but that's only going to do block. Shatter, boot sequence, iteration. Okay, we'll do a fusion, just so I can get a little extra energy going. Might as well do a It's got vulnerable, so we'll do the momentum strike so we can get a second momentum strike. So we can hologram and then pull back another momentum strike. And then you got a beam cell. And then there's no more Aeon Glass. I'm not sure what the theme of that deck was, but other than building up a bunch of strength and hitting a bunch of times. My typical Defect deck. What are you doing here? Random garbled lines. Repair you? Make me? Proceed, please. I don't think that's repairing. That's definitely not repairing. That box unlocked. I did 6 or more elites, and we increased our max HP by 15 or more. Three epochs waiting to be revealed. The magnum opus. Consequences. The blight takes hold of the comatose architect, and its poison amplifies. It forms a symbiotic relationship with Niao's tree, and it hungered to grow and grow. The other ancients captured the culprit as the blight ravages the land. They imprison Niao and take shelter from the now unstoppable blight. Get myself a miniature cannon. Love cannons. Upgraded attacks deal more damage. That's cool. Tungsten rod, lose the 1 HP less. Inanimate carbon rod for the win. And a white star elites drop an additional rare card. Fun. Hello, hello! The Defect. In the scrapyard, the Defect pondered its fate and purpose. Is being okay at a host of functions not desirable? Do we all need to excel at a distinct function? While processing these questions, hello, pops out another construct. Hello, Defect responds. My name is Flaw. Defect has a friend. Maybe it won't be a friend knowing this game, but it could be a friend. Start each combat with an extra focus. At the start of each combat, channel a dark. Okay. Metronome, the first time you channel 7 orbs each combat, deal 30 damage to all enemies. That's a nice little relic. Resolving bugs, the Defect. Defect and Flaw became fast friends and exited the scrapyard. It was sad there. They return to the Spire's mid-floors and are met with a massive bug infestation. The pair get to work in an attempt to reduce the bugs to a reasonable level. To focus, channel a dark in each of your orb slots, that's really intense, and gain 2 orb slots. Good. Defect is still curious. It can change the Ascensions to make the run progressively harder. So Ascension unlocked for Defect. I'd like to thank you all for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please feed the algorithm to help my channel grow, and I'll see you all next time.